Hey, if the last words you said out loud after this last Saturday night's main event were bam, 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 go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Future me, hit that intro. All right, I know I'm not the only one that cried like a little bit after John Cena's last match, okay? Welcome back. Welcome back. Rooster here, clearly. Episode, whatever this is, of the critically acclaimed, internationally known, for sure. So this is my Life Now podcast. Driving home, it is the Monday after John Cena's final match as a competitor. What is it, the 15th of December? Year of our Lord in Lemmy's name, 2025. The year is practically over, and it is 65 degrees in December, middle of December in Colorado. I have the AC on like blast right now. It's hot, boys, is what I'm saying. All last week I was wearing layers, and today, not so much. Let's talk about some wrestling, shall we? I know it's been a while. I have been doing some streamerings more recently. The name's the same, over on twitch.tv. Get up in there. If I remember, future me will pop a graphic up somewhere for the Twitch stuff. I did have to change my address, my mailing address, for tax purposes and stuff, and my phone number too. They still have my old phone number. Anyway, you don't hear about all that. You want to talk about some wrestling? Hell yeah. Let's just start top to bottom of the program. Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi was a good match. Here's my issue with it though. They just put the NXT belt back on Obafemi. Cool. So for any of you following, and I don't really follow NXT, like I follow like the top tier people, you know, because they're obviously the next ones to go to the main roster. They just put the NXT championship back on Obafemi. That means he's not coming to the main roster anytime soon. That kind of sucks because he's really good. You can tell by this match that he had with Cody on Saturday, he is definitely the future of the company. And when you think about it, like, you dissect it as like a wrestling fan, right? That's been watching, I don't know, 40 years. Okay, I'm pointing at me. And a lot of you that are watching. X-Spy for sure. Jason for sure. Aaron for sure. So for those that don't know, babyface is a good guy, heel is a bad guy, right? Both Cody Rhodes and Obafemi, in their respective promotions, Cody's obviously on the main roster and represents SmackDown, even though he's on Raw a lot. But he's a champion. When you're a champion, you do whatever the hell you want. And Obafemi is in NXT. That's their developmental, televised developmental program run by Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest to ever do it. They're both baby faces. They're both good guys. So in this match, you got to figure Obafemi is top of the food chain in NXT. So he's like top tier for developmental. But Cody Rhodes is face of the company. Like he's top tier everything. Okay? So if these two good guys were to go against one another, like I already had in my head, like what's going to happen? Like nobody's going to get a clean win here because they're both good guys. So if Obafemi pins Cody, it completely discredits the top of the food chain on the main roster, right? And if Cody beats Obafemi, and I'm talking about a clean win, right? No distractions or run-ins or any of that stuff. If he gets a clean win, it discredits him as this larger-than-life dude. Like, you see the two of them stood in front of one another, bro. That man is an gorilla. Like, he looks official. Like, he could crush the shit out of Cody, and I believe it. So when Drew McIntyre, oh, spoilers, by the way, if you haven't watched it. When Drew McIntyre did the run-in, it didn't surprise me at all. Now, honestly, I really, truly do feel, bro, what the fuck are we even doing here? I really, truly do feel that if you put Obafemi in a program with Drew McIntyre, that will put asses in seats. That would be a great story to tell. I don't feel like you can have I know I've been saying his name for the last 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. I don't feel like you can have Obafemi come in to the main roster and then immediately go into a program with Cody Rhodes. it's not there story-wise. Like, it doesn't really make any sense for him to do that. Because, like I said, if he's at the top of the food chain in NXT right now. If he comes into the main roster, he'll be at the bottom of the food chain on the main roster, NXT champ or not. You know, is the sun bleaching the shit out of me? Because it's 2:30 in the afternoon. Overall, the match was good. I liked it. Obafemi really displayed his power, and I get that. So Cody had to be like a cat, you know, like smooth, kind of slick, kind of in there. Fucking Cody Cutter. Anyone in my wrestling Discord, link for which can be found right below, is probably like the dumbest move. I don't like the Cody Cutter. I think it's a stupid move. I can't get over the fact how much I don't like it. The Cody Cutter. Son of a bitch. All it is, it's like it's an airborne RKO. Okay, all right. And then he did the avalanche Cody Cutter. That means essentially the same. He did an RKO off the top rope. That's essentially what it is. I'm like, you know what? This is kind of dumb, but I'm a mark for Cody, so I give him that. The ending I saw coming. I knew it was going to be some kind of distraction. I didn't know it was going to be Drew McIntyre, but Marble Mouth, Drew McIntyre, Mush Mouth just ran up in there, and you see Obafemi like, what are you doing? So somewhere down the line, I'm pretty sure if they have Obafemi lose that NXT championship, let's say in the next 2 months, no, less than that actually, because the Royal Rumble's coming. So before the Royal Rumble, if he loses that title, he's on his way to the main roster. I should put my blinker on because Denver PD's over there, which they don't even belong here because this is Aurora. I'm not saying APD's any better, but you know. Overall, a good match, very physical confrontation between the two young lads because, you know, it's got to be. Like, you can't really have too much of a hoss fight because, I mean, if you see them stood in the ring looking at one another, Cody's not that much smaller than Obafemi, so you really had to like play to his strengths, and that's the power, like the big power moves. So I feel like it was a good match between the two of them. I mean, putting them together in a program kind of didn't make any sense, but I get it. For this, there were only 4 matches on this pay-per-view. PLEs, they call them. They're pay-per-views. I'm paying for Peacock, so I'm paying to view it, per view it. Fellas, the speed limit's 40. Why are we going 26 right now? Stop it. What was I saying? So I think for the most part, for this one, aside from being Cena's last match as a competitor, they're trying to present more of the NXT brand, which is outstanding. That's outstanding. Again, I don't follow NXT. I do know they're top tier players, which kind of makes me not a poser, but you know, like I know who Obafemi is. I know that motherfucker's incredible, and the future. So 3 of the 4 matches were main roster talent versus NXT talent, which is cool. I don't know the whole build up. If you know, like, what put Obafemi in that position to go up against Cody on Saturday night's main event, drop in them comments. Let me know. So overall, a good match, right? I look forward to seeing Obafemi more, especially, like I said, if he loses in the next, let's say, 4 weeks, you know, before the Royal Rumble. Is it the Royal Rumble that's coming? I feel like it is. Then for sure, if he loses that title in the next couple weeks, for sure he's coming to the main roster. Hands down. Overall, good match. Again, it didn't make a bunch of sense to me, but you know, they both stood up. They you know, Cody handed Obafemi the NXT, you know, title, and they stood in the middle of the ring. Cool. Next match was Bayley. Y'all see her pants on Saturday? Bayley was Baileying on Saturday against Sol Ruca. Again, I don't know a whole bunch about her. I know she's tall. I know she's athletic. I know she's one of those high flyers. You know, those are cool. She went over. That means she won. She beat Bayley. I don't. What I'm noticing, and again, get in the comments if I'm wrong, but what I'm noticing, especially with the female talent in matches, a lot of them, or again, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but they keep winning by surprise roll-up or a reversal of the surprise roll-up. Like this, that's how Sol Ruca went over on Bayley on Saturday. She reversed the surprise roll-up. Why do we, like, Bayley hit the, was it the belly to belly, the belly to Bayley? the blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Her finisher, which is not a finisher. Stop it. Sol Ruka hit the Soul Snatcher, bro. I know how I want to die. Especially the one from Saturday, the off the top rope shit. Yeah, that's Soul Snatcher, son. Let's go. Everybody's hitting finishers and shit, which is cool, but then you get the pin by reversing the surprise roll up. Like, what the shit is this? Why are we planning these spots to implement your finisher, especially like in grand form, like they did off the top rope and stuff? Like, why are we doing that if the actual finish is just going to be a roll up pin? Like, I think it's stupid. Bailey had Lyra Valkyria with her. I'm tired of her shit. Like I am. I'm bored of her already. And the Sol Ruka had what's her name? Tina Turner from Thunderdome. I forgot her name. Future me will sprinkle it in here somewhere. They didn't get involved a whole lot, and in my mind, if you're gonna go out there with accompaniment, let's have them do stuff and things. I thought Bailey was gonna like switch the flip and use the crazy Bailey angle, but she didn't, or maybe she did and I missed it because I was focused elsewhere on Bailey's parts. You know what I'm saying? Overall, a good match. Sol Ruka is really fucking talented. That motherfucker can fly, bro. Holy shit. I don't know how tall she is, but she's pretty tall and skinny and athletic. And she did this over the top rope cartwheel backflip double somersault some shit or another and nailed it. Fucking nailed it. Holy shit. If Bailey was in the wrong place by, let's say, 6 inches, she'd have face planted. 100%. But Bailey, being the professional that she is, for me, the tag match made the night. The tag match was the best match of the night. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Why can't they call themselves AJ Lee again? Somebody get in them comments. Let me know. Against NXT talent, Javon something and Leon something. I feel bad. Again, I don't know a whole lot about them. Both dudes, the NXT guys, both 21 years old and both high flyers. Like, they're really athletic. And there was one spot, I want to say AJ was going to come over the top for the phenomenal forearm, and he slipped. Went right down. This kid, was it Javon Edwards? No, it wasn't. It was the other one, Leon something. Future me again. We'll sprinkle it in here somewhere. As new as he is, again, 21 years old, not in the business a very long time. If you don't know what you're doing and you see the veteran AJ Styles slip and bust his shit, you're gonna go like, oh shit, what do I do? This kid, like, instinctually went for the pin on AJ, knowing like that, he's gonna kick out, obviously, but knowing that, all right, let me go for the cover because the spot wasn't, I wouldn't call it a botch because that shit is hard to do. Because the spot was, it didn't go off. So let me go in for the pin. AJ's gonna kick out and then they can regroup. I think that was pure class. That was super professional of this kid. Again, I forget his name, sprinkle it, AJ Lee went over. I'm gonna call him AJ Lee. You know who the hell I mean. I don't mean Punk's wife. The one that apparently Braun Breaker wants. Like, bro, you need to stop, because when you get punched in the mouth proper, you're not gonna like it. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee went over. Like, they won. They retained the tag championship, which is cool as shit. Like, what are the two guys from NXT gonna do with main roster tag? I don't know. I don't get it. And then comes the main event. Stupid ass John Cena. Now, I was never a Cena fan. Like, for the same reason I was never a fan of Roman Reigns, and I'm still not, because the Fed tried to, is my work phone, tried to force feed us these guys, and I never liked it. So I think it was cool as fuck. I've been saying for a couple of weeks, I thought it was cool as shit that Kurt Angle was there. All the other, guests and everything, Trish Stratus was there, Mark Henry, King Booker was there. Kurt Angle was there. And if you all know the lore of John Cena, it's important that Kurt Angle was there, and I think that was cool as shit. I don't know how long the match was overall. Again, future me in post will sprinkle it. Half that match was outstanding. Half the match was exactly what you wanted to see between John Cena and Gunther. I didn't agree that Gunther should be his partner. I still don't opponent. I still don't agree that Gunther was the right choice. It should have been Randy Orton, I think, who was also not there. I didn't like that. Apparently, him and Liv Morgan are in Saudi promoting the Royal Rumble a month in advance. I'm like, okay, cool. But out of all people that have feuded with John Cena over the last 2 decades, let Randy Orton be there, bro. Send Sucio over there. Send Dirty Dom over there. Half the match was exactly what you wanted to see. Textbook. The last half was sleeper hold, attitude adjustment, sleeper hold, attitude adjustment, sleeper hold, attitude adjustment. They rinsed and repeated the same friggin' spot multiple times. And I don't know if it was just me that noticed it, and I'm pretty sure it's not. By the third or fourth one, the crowd just stopped reacting. They were still cheering, "Let's go Cena," because everybody knows it was his last match. But, like how many 1-2 oohs are you going to get for a sleeper hold? And I get it. Gunther's whole thing was, "I'll make him tap out." Good for you, bro. Fantastic. So even like with all the clotheslines, again, spoilers, if you haven't seen it, what? With all the clotheslines, he kept asking the ref, ask him if he wants to give up. Like, all right, bro, I get it. But you don't have to keep doing it. Because every time after the first or second, excuse me, the crowd started to die down. Like, you could visibly see them, like, what the shit is this? So the first half of the match was cool as fuck, exactly what you wanted to see. Again, I don't think Gunther should have been his final opponent, but he won the last time is now tournament. I'm like, bro, no, he didn't. Stop it. He was booked that way. Friggin' stop. I think they shit all over LA Knight. I didn't like that. I still don't like that. Just because I'm a fan of his. We're around the same age. He's a little older than me. But it's like the whole last half was, again, like I said, and I'm not even exaggerating. I wish I was sleeper hold, AA, sleeper hold, AA, sleeper hold, AA. And right at the end, and if y'all are on TikTok or even any kind of social media, Cena is known for breaking the fourth wall, right? Like, he talks to the cameraman. He talked to Stu, right? The camera was on him. He's in the sleeper hold for the 50th time in the match. Your man looks at the camera, smiles, and gives the faintest tap out. Fucking what? What? And according to internet reports, none of the talent was told what was going to happen. And you could see CM Punk and Bayley in the crowd watching this. Like, what the shit? It was terrible. Terrible. Mr. Never Give Up friggin' gave up. Now, I'm not under any delusion that Cena was going to win that match. Because as is tradition, you put the other guy over, right? That means you let him win. You lose. Unless your name is Sting. Okay, I was talking about this on my stream last night. Unless your name is Sting, you can go in as a tag champ. You can win your last match, your promoted last match, and walk out with the tag champ. Unless your name is Sting, traditionally, you let the other guy over. And like I was saying in my Discord, again, link for which can be found right below. I felt like at that time, he was looking right at me. Like, not at the camera. He was looking at me, smiling, and said, "Yeah, Rooster, it's time." And give the faintest little fucking tap out from John friggin' Cena. Son of a bitch. That motherfucker. No speech, like even fucking Goldberg got a speech. No speech, took the wristbands off, took the sketches off, left the jorts on though. I know I'm not the only one that was disappointed at that. He left the stupid jorts on. He should have taken those off and left them in the ring. And then walked out. Like, he said a couple small thank yous, like no, but nothing on the microphone, nothing, I guess, rehearsed or built up or anything. And then he left and, the program ended. I did watch some of the post-show on the YouTube machine, and Jey Uso was, what's the word I'm looking for? Stinking drunk, which it seems to be routine for him, and that's a bad look. If he's not on Monday Night Raw tonight, that's going to be wild. Like, that's a punishment. He started, not over the top, but like close to belligerent. If you see, like, he started cursing and what's her fine ass's name? Jackie Redmond. She's like, no, you can't cuss, but you can say, so you can see in her face that she was getting annoyed. She walked up to Cody after everybody was leaving the ring, that man started breaking down. I started breaking down, you know. A lot of the talent. I want to say everybody that was there that night, Saturday night, they went to the ring. Sami Zayn was actually in the audience. Kevin Owens was also in the audience. That was cool as shit to see. So CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, the respective champions, they both put their belts on Cena, and like he did a pose like this, you know, the last time he's holding these belts. Like, bro, that's some deep shit. And to not say anything, I'm not saying he didn't have his reasons. I'm not saying he's not allowed to be selfish, because he's fucking John Cena. Of course he can. But that hurt, John. Right in here. It hurt. Okay? Okay, the same way you tap. That hurt me right in here, John. And I thought I was going to hit the curb because the sun is right, like, dead in my face right now. That guy has a flat. Holy shit. Like a flat. Like, overall, it was a good show. For 4 matches, it wasn't terrible. But I, like very many wrestling fans, Michael Cole said that sports entertainment just got beat by professional wrestling. I said, holy shit, because Gunther's, like, he's really that 70s, 80s old school guy. Like, I give him that. And Cena has always been about the entertainment aspect for 20 plus years. And I don't think it should have been Gunther. It shouldn't have been. If anything, Randall Vivian Orton. It's probably not his middle name. I don't know. Should have been Cena's last opponent. Because the two of them are realistically the last two of that generation, you know, or Kurt Angle. You'll see Kurt Angle's wife tweeted, because they had a screenshot of, I just seen it right there. That's a verb. Screenshotted Kurt Angle's face, like looking at Cena after he was hugging, and his wife, Kurt Angle's wife, posted on Twitter, like, don't even think about it. Like, you're retired. Overall, a good show. Cena's not really going anywhere. He has a 5-year ambassador contract. I don't know what the shit that means, but he won't be in the ring doing, you know. I know. I don't feel that Gunther needed the rub. Like, he really didn't. He didn't have to be put over like that. Now I think they're trying to make him the new legend killer. But again, there's a problem with that, and that problem's name is Randall Stephanie Vivian Orton. I'm just making up names at this point. He's the original legend killer, and I've seen people, like, even like dudes at work, you know, wrestling dudes at work, like, oh, they should have just had Cena pass out. I'm like, okay, they could have, but Gunther just did that to Goldberg. He just did that to Goldberg. Is that going to be the gimmick now? You know what I'm saying? So it's apparently already been leaked. Brock Lesnar is planning on calling it a career in wrestling anyway next year. It's already been leaked that Gunther is going to be his final opponent. I think Brock is going to ragdoll that man. Not for nothing. He's still a fucking animal. He's going to ragdoll Gunther. AJ Styles is calling it next year. I want to say his last one is going to be WrestleMania. I'm not sure he's going to do the whole year like Cena. I really have no desire to see AJ Styles versus Gunther. Like, I really, really don't. You know, I don't know, man. I would love to see AJ and Finn Balor. Let's make that happen, Internet Machine. Let's do that. Two leaders of the Bullet Club. Like, let's do that shit. And they're wasting the hell out of Finn anyway. Don't get me started on that nonsense. But I don't want this to drag on. This has been this has been about John Cena. I'm home already, and I think we all know, especially when you're a certain age, when you get home, your bladder knows that you're home. So let me go inside. And yeah, I'm working on other things, like gaming wise, and I've talked about it on stream that I'm getting fond of again. I don't have a set schedule. I won't be doing this shit all the time, I promise. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Okay, like, comment, subscribe, share. Please be kind, rewind. Say your steroids. Do your drugs. Don't do prayers. Whatever Hogan said in the 80s. Until the next one. We'll see what goes on for Royal Rumble, I guess. Monday Night Raw tonight is guaranteed to be interesting. I'm going to try and work on this tonight and then post it probably tomorrow morning. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Put it up in the comments. Get up in there. Guys, until the next one, thanks for hanging out with me. Until, who knows when the next one is. Rooster says, see you.